The 48 Laws of Power can appear predatory, but it's not. The book helps you do two things. One, smell crazy from a distance so that you can protect yourself from people that want to take advantage of you. And two, it just gives you practical wisdom that you can use to good ends. But if you take it at face value and out of context, then it's no use. So this is Law 12, and I'm going to start by giving you some context. In ancient China, Duke Wu of Cheng decided that it was time to take over the increasingly powerful kingdom of Hu. So he made plans. He didn't say a word to anyone about this. The first thing he did was marry his daughter off to the ruler of Hu. And then he called a council meeting and said, I'm thinking of a conquest. Which country do you think we should invade? As suspected, one of the ministers stood up and said, how about Hu? And he said, nonsense, right? Why do you think we should invade Hu? Hu is a sister state. My daughter is married to the ruler of Hu. Why do you think it's a great idea to invade Hu? And then he had this minister executed for his impolitic remark. Of course, the ruler of Hu heard about this. And considering the marriage with his daughter and all the kind gestures that Wu had been making, he took no caution to defend himself from Cheng. A few weeks later, Cheng's forces swept through Hu and took the country, never to relinquish it. He disarmed his victim with generosity and honesty. Law 12 says, use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. It sounds predatory, yes. Wu was a predator, but nothing really disarms people like generosity and honesty. Thomas Jefferson said, honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. Mary Kay Ash put it this way, honesty is the cornerstone of all success, without which confidence and the ability to perform shall cease to exist. When you're honest, people trust you. When you're generous, they feel a sense of obligation towards you. Right. Wu took over a kingdom, but you can use this to your advantage in business, in your personal relationships as well. You can make winning deals and keep your relationships lasting, right? If you want to win someone over to your side, lies and unverifiable facts will not help you, especially if you have a history of it, right? Honesty and generosity forge a bond. When it comes down to picking someone you can trust with valuable information, with ventures, with important stuff, you'd pick an honest person. So how about you be an honest person? If you've never heard the real story of how Troy fell, here you go. Over 3,000 years ago, the Greeks set out to recapture the beautiful Helen, stolen away from them by Paris, and to destroy Paris' city. The siege lasted 10 years and many heroes died. One day, Prophet Calchas assembled the Greeks and said, stop battering away at these walls. You must find some other way, some ruse. We can't take Troy by force alone. We need some stratagem. Odysseus, the cunning Greek leader, came up and said, well, how about a horse? A giant wooden horse. And then we hide our soldiers in it and present it to the Trojans as a gift. Neoptolemus, the son of Achilles, was disgusted by this idea. It sounded unmanly. How can you gain victory so deceitfully, he said. Better for thousands to die in battle. When it came down to it, the soldiers were faced with two options: another 10 years of manliness and courage and battle and death, or a quick victory. They chose the horse, and it was successful. Troy fell. One gesture did more for the Greeks than 10 years of battle. Now, these are the damages that honesty and generosity have done to deceptive ends, but they've done so much more good, and you can do a lot of good by embracing them as guiding virtues. Like the US helping Germany rebuild at the end of World War II, lifetime friendships and partnerships like Frank Sinatra and John F. Kennedy, Mark Twain and Helen Keller, Ravi Shankar and George Harrison, Thomas Edison and Henry Ford, right? Okay. So that brings us to the end of the 12th law of power. If you're subscribed, then I'll see you in the next law. Otherwise, please hit subscribe so I will see you in the next law. Appreciate you. Cheers.